He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
All right, I'm going to get into the attack on the Second Amendment, which is an absolute declaration of war. I mean, this is not just the end of the second, it's the end of everything. They say, we secretly are going to take your guns, we're secretly going to put you on list, we're going to secretly not allow you to buy guns, and you can't ever find out why, and there's no judge, no jury, no indictment. And if you think the cops aren't going to follow orders and carry this out, you got nothing coming. Bush didn't triple the size of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives because he wanted to play games. And Obama is coming. I can't believe it's come to this. And they'll just pick us off one at a time. And there's these roid-head cops that just love SWAT team and families. I just can't believe it. And you know, don't say the government isn't rogue and isn't criminal. I've heard enough from you. If I don't see police out in mass protesting against the government, you're bad. And I don't see you out doing it. And look, you can be mad at me now. Be mad at me now. Wish you'd have fought back later. Everything's being destroyed. All our liberties, all our freedoms. I want to finish up with that in a moment. Huge news, most maximum level alert we've got. Need to get it out to everybody. I want to tell you about eFoodsDirect.com. They're the best storable foods company out there, bar none. That's where I've gotten my storable foods. Last more than 10 years and climate controlled. 10 years in your garage or attic or in a shed if it's non-climate controlled. These are in these triple enameled cans, high quality dehydrated or freeze-dried food, just incredibly low prices, non-GMO, just great stuff. 800-409-5633. In these uncertain times, with all this craziness going on, being self-sufficient is the key. 1-800-409-5633. 1-800-409-5633 or eFoodsDirect.com. Again, ladies and gentlemen, 1-800-409-5633 or eFoodsDirect.com. The swine flu virus breakout may get much more serious because it's a manufactured virus. I told you it was that day one. The media now admits it, and they're saying it's going to come back out in the fall. With the economy, with all of this, it's good to get prepared. 800-409-5633, eFoodsDirect.com. Also, MySolarBackup.com. A lot of stuff can happen during these crazy times. Power outages, hurricanes, tornadoes, you name it, government control. This is like having your own little power plant hidden in your house. 1,800 watts of power on demand in the event of any disaster or outage. The Power Source 1,800 power plant and high-efficiency panel designed to provide endless electricity. Solar generators like having a silent power plant, as I said, hidden in your home. The government doesn't own the sun yet, folks, so make your move today. MySolarBackup.com, MySolarBackup.com, or 1-877-327-0365, 877-327-0365, MySolarBackup.com. Now, listen to me. They have 3 different bills introduced that we've covered here on air. 3 different bills. H.R. 2159, denying firearms and explosives to dangerous terrorists. Says you're not convicted. You're on a MIAC or DHS report or any other reason, or one of our AmeriCorps people list you as maybe an extremist. As White House Chief of Staff says, if we maybe think you might be a terrorist, if we maybe think you might be, no rights, you're not part of the American family, no Second Amendment for you. That's a quote. In fact, put my article, Kurt's article, up on screen. There's the video you can watch of Rahm Emanuel saying that word for word. I've seen it so many times I now have it memorized. It's in the Obama deception. Bill in Congress would ban gun ownership at will. And it says, on May 13th, Democrat Representative Carolyn McCarthy introduced the No Fly, No Buy Act, H.R. 2401. This is a new bill. They got another bill where the Attorney General could ban any guns he wants at will. This is tyranny. You know, that Kim Jong-il in North Korea, he can do whatever he wants. He's a dictator. Well, it's the same thing with this. On May 13th, Democrat Carolyn McCarthy introduced the No Fly, No Buy Act, H.R. 2401, a bill that will merge the TSA's no-fly list with the National Instant Background Criminal Check system, which I always told you was a way of listing you as a terrorist. Hey, I told you years ago they were going to merge this with the no-fly. I'm going to come back in 70 seconds. I hope stations carry this 5 minutes, and then we'll break all this down in detail, and we got a big guest coming up. Stay with us.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Be sure to visit GCNlive.com today.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. I've told you for a long time it's important to be self-sufficient, and today that's more important than ever. We need to be independent, and food and water is the key. You'll never have to stand in a bread line if you have your own bread. You'll never have to go to the Superdome and beg for FEMA to take care of your family in any emergency if you simply prepare. No one is going to take care of your family in the final equation but you. You know eFoodsDirect.com is still able to ship storable food that's safe from E. coli, salmonella, genetic alteration, or Chinese imports. And they do it at almost half the cost of last year's grocery prices. Call 1-800-409-5633. Or on the web, go to eFoodsDirect.com. Visit eFoodsDirect.com and look over the fine list of high-quality, freeze-dried, and dehydrated foods they have to offer. Watch the free videos. Look at their online catalog. Or give them a call at 1-800-409-5633. Again, 800-409-5633. Or on the web at eFoodsDirect.com. Take action today. The first step is getting storable food.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
We're scheduled to have the inventor of GNU Linux coming up in the next segment. I know I said we'd have open phones. We will later, too. It's just so much is going on. Right now, let me finish up with the attack on the Second Amendment. There's one bill introduced where the Attorney General can ban any firearms at will. It's just like Congress voted to give all its authority over trade to foreign private World Trade Organization, or UNESCO treaty that gives control over our schools and our policies, and the globalist one, an international criminal court with the U.S. signed on, and Obama says he supports a treaty to waive our rights with the Second Amendment. And then they have the nerve to get on the news and say, we don't get these crazy people buying guns at record levels. We don't want their guns, while the Attorney General, the White House Chief of Staff, the President, all have called publicly or introduced legislation to ban even single-shot .22s, to take every firearm from the American people, including black powder. Total gun ban on record, bills introduced to do it, and they just keep saying, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I mean, these people, you thought Bill Clinton lied. You thought George Bush lied. I mean, Obama says he's going to get rid of torture, then he keeps it going, secret arrest, secret internment, no rights for detainees, grab U.S. citizens, use the Patriot Act on citizens, keep warrantless wiretapping going on, hire nothing but lobbyists. It's all what the Obama deception covers. You got to show it to people. I love this country so much, folks, and this is hardcore tyranny. I mean, this is the real deal. Listen to this bill. And little old InfoWars, little old Kurt Nimmo gets an email from a listener pointing out the bill and writes a story about it Sunday night. The NRA isn't going to talk about it. Nobody's going to talk about it, folks, but us. And on May 13th, Democrat Representative Carolyn McCarthy introduced the No-Fly, No-Buy Act. See, we told you last week this other bill could do that because the language allowed them to. This states it. They got 3 bills to do this. And there's the White House Chief of Staff calling for it to be passed. What more do you need, man? They'll still be in denial, though. They're trained to be slaves. On May 13th, Democrat Representative Carolyn McCarthy introduced the No-Fly, No-Buy Act, H.R. 2401, a bill that will merge the TSA's no-fly list with over 1,100,000 Americans with the National Instant Criminal Background Check System, NICS. And this is already in place. Veterans, conservatives, people try to go buy guns, are told sorry, and then they go through the appeals process and they say, sorry, no more Second Amendment. See, guilty until proven innocent, then they appeal it and they're told, you can't be told why you don't get a gun, sorry. It's already happened. Just like they were already spying on us without warrants before they passed a law to do it. The last time I heard, bastards, you didn't repeal the Fourth Amendment. You're criminals. You're rogue. You can pass a law saying blacks aren't humans. It's a fraud. I'm calling you out. You're a stinking criminal fraud. On May 13th, Democrat Representative Carolyn McCarthy introduced the No-Fly, No-Buy Act, H.R. 2401, a bill that will merge the TSA's no-fly list with the National Instant Criminal Background Check System, a point-of-sale system for determining eligibility to purchase a firearm in the United States. Guam, Puerto Rico. It was created in November of 1993 when the Brady Handgun Violence Prevention Act of 93, Public Law 103-159, was signed into law. Permanent provisions of the Brady Act went into effect November 30th, 1998, and require the U.S. Attorney General to establish NICS. And she goes on with a quote, and we have the bill. It says, we will secretly put you on this list. You will no longer be able to buy firearms. And then the states are going to be implemented that you have guns